Chapter 6. It's a date. It's finally happening. You're in your room frantically freshening up for your first date with Tess, but you have a problem. Hey, what should I wear for tonight? What's the vibe? You call out through the door and Tess calls back from the living room. It's supposed to be a surprise. You process this for a moment, trying to decide if you can pick out an outfit under such dire conditions. But surveying your closet, you're filled with a level of panic more appropriate for a horror movie protagonist. So I am unfortunately going to need contacts, like literally any contacts. Your Tess laugh, which calms you down a little. Okay, fine. I was planning to take you to a roller derby. You could have just said outdoor sporty wear. Roller derby? I always wanted to try it. I saw Whip It when I was 10 and the rest is history. The real thing is even more fun, trust me. You're surprised to realize that you do trust Tess, and the nervous pit in your stomach dissipates. I've got this. Now, what do I own that says appropriate for athleisure but still classy enough so you know I'm making an effort on this date? Need for Speed. They are not gonna let us see the free choice diamond or free choice outfit. You put an outfit together, and when you turn to look at yourself in the mirror, even the most insecure parts of your inner monologue can't deny that you look good. Roller derby? More like roller survey. Your pun's permission is taken away. You're not allowed to make puns anymore. Did you say something? No, just that I'm almost done. You join Tess out in the living room where she is looking way too closely at your cork board full of photos. I just want to note that those hair extensions were very cool back in the day. Believe me, I know. You're talking to an early adopter. I guess no one was immune. Tess turns away from the board, mercifully missing your collection of Olive Garden receipts. What? I don't even ask. Her gaze trails over your checkered blazer, necklaces, down to the colorful sports bra, and she sucks in a soft breath. Damn, Van Gogh. I can't believe you found a way to dress up for roller derby and make it look good. It's not too much, right? Too much, the whole team is gonna be jealous. Of my outfit? Of me getting to go on a date with you. After that, she probably says something like, "Let's get out of here," but you can't remember it for your life because you're too busy riding the high of those words and the smile on her face. The two of you arrive at a local skating rink, where you're relieved to see skaters playing more casually than competitively. There's a lot less blood, sweat, and tears than I imagined. Wait until you meet my friend Daphne. Her girlfriend dumped her last month, and the tears have been non-stop ever since. And at least at the rink, she can pass them off as sweat, and because we love her, we pretend to buy it. Okay, that's actually exactly what I expected Derby to be like. She leads you towards some games and lockers along the wall, waving or nodding at more than half of the people you pass. There they are. Come say hi. People. She leads you to a group of skaters who are undeniably some of the coolest people you've ever been around. How would you know you just met them? Tess, who's your date? Your nerves kick into double overdrive upon hearing someone else call you her date. But Tessa's smile only brightens. Guys, this is Joe. Joe meets some of my unofficial teammates / official friends, Daphne, Kiara, and Piper. Was Tessa nervous to meet my friends at the cafe, or is it my anxiety just kicking my butt? Despite your stomach doing unadvised backflips in your abdomen, you manage to smile at everyone. Hey, unofficial teammates / official friends, it's nice to meet you. You recognize Daffy immediately by her comically dejected expression, but the others grin and wave. Hey, Joe. Unreal outfit. I've never seen athleisure look so cool. Oh, looks like someone dressed up to impress her date. Hey, for all you know, I always dress like this. Kara and Piper share a grin. Tess gives you a fun smile that makes you feel like you're glowing. I could believe it, but seriously, we're glad you're here. It's so nice to finally meet. Well, we've all heard a lot about you. Oh. All good things, I hope? I'm offended you'd even ask. Don't worry, it's all been great things. Non-stop great things. If she hadn't brought you tonight, I would have assumed you were made up. Like, she just goes to another school, guys. That's why you don't know her. That makes you grin. And when you glance over at Tess, she's grinning sheepishly back as if to say, I couldn't help it. Love always starts the same way. But before it ends. You're fun at parties. And it's been a month of this? A month, okay. Tess's mouth twitches as she valiantly fights back a laugh, clapping Daphne on the shoulder. Hang in there, Dav. She didn't deserve you. Just sweat it out on the rink, babe. You briefly consider sending Daphne a link to Mateo's Sad Songs to Evaporate To playlist, but she probably doesn't need 3 hours of children's choir singing Irish funeral music. What? Does it have bagpipes in it? Are we ready to get out there then? Or does our new bestie need a rundown? Oh, right, quick, derby basics. Games. We call them bouts or 60 minutes, which breaks down to 2-minute jams. Each team has 5 players on the rink at a time, 1 jammer, 4 blockers. Basically, the blockers have to defend and play offense while each team's jammer tries to lap everyone, which scores them a point. You can be one of our blockers to start. It's the best way to get your bearings. I think I get the gist. I knew you'd be a fast learner. Are you calling me studious? Because then I'd have to be offended. Studious, no. Creative, yes. Phew, my reputation is safe. Just one more thing before we get out there. When we play, every player needs a call sign. Call sign? Yeah, your derby name. Something to make the masses fear you. You think the masses fear you, Millennium Falcon? It's just Falcon, and that's not the point. So the point is picking something cool as hell? Cass gives you a grateful smile that makes you feel 6 inches taller. Yeah, just try to find something that represents you. What's Daphne? Cry me a river. Focus, Logan, focus. Also, Bean Queen? Really? Okay, I've picked my name. Yorichi. If you know, you know. Okay, Yorichi. Let's do this. By the way, there's not that many fast anime ladies. Kind of sad by that, just by the way. There's only like 2 in the top, 20 list. Anyway. She shrugs out of her jacket, tucking into the locker, and everyone heads out onto the rink for the first jam. When a whistle blows, the skaters take off quickly, and you focus on moving while remaining uptight. Turns out that's easier said than done. Hey, Speed Demon. Thank you. Listen, if it would have been a male character, my name is Jan Dame. Just saying, I've had that name for, literally 2 decades. She skates up next to you, and you gawk at how the movement sends muscles rippling through her legs, an image that causes you to stumble slightly. Aye. Tess grabs your arm to steady you, laughing when you exhale heavily. Easy, I gotcha. Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be a good date activity. Before the wiggle wiggle eyebrow. She squeezes your arm a little, and you try very hard not to trip again as the 2 of you swerve through the mass of other skaters. Looks like the other team's blockers are getting in Piper's way. Want to double team them? Oh, sounds dirty. I am in. She grins and grabs your hands, sending your heart pounding, and swings the both of you around to where the other team's blockers are circling. You hang on tight as Tess uses you as a shield on wheels. Okay, thanks. And together, you knock one of their blockers to the ground. Hell yeah, Yorichi. That's how it's done. She whoops and spins you around, and you let yourself be caught up in the moment, grinning giddily back. Hug her. You fling your arms around her neck, which makes the two of you spin even faster, but Tess is a good enough skater to steady you both. Aye, having fun so far then? She curls one hand around your waist and you sway a little, feeling every place your bodies are touching. Yeah, that was pretty fun. With a sudden confidence boost as the bout winds down, you find yourself inspired to pull off one more cool move. You know what we should do? Oh no, she's getting ideas. I think we should whip it. Whip it good. Whoosh! That's more of a move we do with jammers. Yeah, Tess, if I promise I won't die, will you please swing me around so I can skate really, really fast? Also, can we just take a moment to admire the ball at the top of the ceiling that does not look like a disco ball and it looks horribly done? God help us all. Well, when you put it that way, looks like a Temu disco ball. They bought it from wish.com. Anyway, Jesus. She grabs your arms and spins you, sending you flying across the ring, helping you stop an incoming blocker from the other team. Damn, look at Yorichi over there destroying the competition. Tess swings at you from across the rink, looking almost as breathless as you feel. I told you she was awesome. I'd call this more of a team effort. The whistle blows again, signaling a brief break between jams. You follow Tess and her friends to a table near a row of lockers. And it's like, you were the one who told me to buy the vegan butter. How is it my fault the muffins tasted like sand? Oh, God. You're better off without her, Dav. Her muffins were mid, anyway. While Kiara and Piper roast Daphne's ex, you turn to Tess next to you. So I have to ask, how'd you get into roller derby in the first place? The same way every girl does. My friends and I watched Whip It and spent the next week reenacting it at the skate park. I played professionally for a minute. What? No way. Trust me, in derby that's not lucrative or at all impressive. It was a blast, though, but I decided I valued keeping my joints intact, so I mostly skate for fun now. But I've seen a lot, and I can guarantee you that you're already doing better than I did my first time on the rink. I find that hard to believe. I'm serious. I looked like a scared baby deer on skates. 90% wobble, 10% flinch. I swear if you break in a Linkin Park, as long as it's better than the current singer. Don't at me, okay? Listen. Pick your own songs. Seriously, stop trying to sing Chester's. Anyway, that sounds adorable. Are there pictures? Unfortunately, yes. This rink always films new players on the first day, so you can look back and see how far you've come, blah, blah. I have no clue who has the footage now, but I need it burned. She gives you a playful nudge, and where her shoulder bumps against yours, you feel suddenly warm all over. No, I think I'll make it my life's mission to track it down first. When the next whistle blows, you and Tess spend a few more minutes, or jams as blockers, working side by side. Nice work protecting her six, Yorichi. But by the last jam, Daphne pulls Tess over. We need you to be our jammer for this one. If one of these girls bumps into me again, I'm going to sob all over her tank top. Copy that. You okay with keeping the other team's blockers busy, Yorichi? You got it, Falcon. We didn't learn the other three's call signs, I'm just saying. You say it with a little more confidence than you feel, but as you get into position, Piper skates up and nudges you. You've been looking pretty good out here. You've got this. Oh. Wow, thanks. That's way too generous to be true, but I appreciate the lie. I'm serious. Tess told you about her first time on the rink, right? I think she used the phrase, scared baby deer. Yeah, her first derby name was literally Bambi. You get to choose your own normally, but we had a moral obligation. She graduated to Falcon when she stopped gasping every time someone fell down, but it took a hot sec. Piper, you are officially my favorite person. Glad to be of service. Hearing Tess's friends cheer you on is heartening, and so is the sight of Tess racing around the rink once the whistle blows. Watching her really play, is possibly the hottest thing you've ever seen. Try to keep both your skates and jaw off the floor. God, she is so cool and so fast. Soon, there are just a few seconds left in the jam. The other team's jammer starts skating right towards you, with Tess hot on her heels. On your left, Yorichi. Body block the jammer. Weave around as a distraction. Body block. What all this is about. You position yourself in the jammer's path, wincing as she slams into you. Damn! You skid to a halt with the other jammer, allowing Tess to speed on past. She throws you a salute over her shoulder. Nice one, Joe. Psst. That's Yorichi to you. Whistle blows just as Tess finishes her lap, earning your team the winning point. Let's go! Oh god, I hate that saying. Yorichi with a block of the night, Falcon bringing it home. That's teamwork, baby. Tess skates over to you and lifts you off the ground, spinning you around with impressive ease. Oh, so I, did good? Yes, Yorichi, you did real good. Even though Derby is the most hardcore thing you've ever done, in this moment, with Tess's arms wrapped around you, you kind of feel like Jane Austen heroine. The floating feeling stays with you as everyone takes off their skates and heads out of the rink. Even though you've only just met, Tess's friends are chatting like you're part of the group. Thanks for a killer game tonight, gang. Joe especially. Yeah, you lived up to your Tess's hype and then some. Way to kill it, champ. That's what she used to call me. Champ, in what context did your ex-girlfriend call you champ? No, you know what? Don't answer that. Thank you all for letting me play. It was great meeting you. I appreciate you taking it easy on the newbie. Oh, no way. You held your own there, Yorichi. And you're welcome back anytime. Maybe Tess will start coming to pick up games more if you're around. The three of them walk off after waving goodbye, and leaves you and Tess both of you winded and brimming with adrenaline. So, this is the part where we say goodnight. Not on any good night or date night. That depends on whether or not you're hungry. After bouts, I usually get a burger at the diner down the block. Kind of a post-derby tradition / rejuvenation. Would you want to come? Nope, I won't touch that pun. You do happen to be hungry, and you also don't want this date to end. There will be fries with these burgers, right? And it'll be just the two of us? If you think I only planned one stop for this date, you underestimated my enthusiasm, Van Gogh. Oh, well then, Falcon, I'm in. Oh my god, and it's not a diamond choice. Holy shit. Within 20 minutes. You're sitting in a diner booth with Tess, and there's a mini feast in front of you. Cheeseburgers, fries, and chocolate milkshakes. Look at this spread. I feel like I'm in Riverdale. That gives me an idea. She slides her milkshake to the side and puts her straw in the glass, sipping innocently. It's very 1950s, a vibe that is oddly really working for you. I swear I don't have a cold. I would seriously not care if you did. You've already shared lips and saliva. Why not this? Take a sip. She grins as you pointedly take your own sip, fluttering your eyelashes at her. Okay, moment of truth. Did you have a good time tonight? Tess, come on. That was the world's greatest adrenaline rush. Phew, I was like 90% sure you'd love it, but that last 10% was stressing me out. The fact that she was worried about what kind of date you'd like is enough to send you reeling, but you get your brain back online through sheer force of will. Okay, my turn. To Ask a classic first date question, obviously. Don't tell me you don't have a mental Rolodex of them. Trust me, I have questions that branch into follow-up questions, and then there are follow-ups to follow-ups. Me, I just go with the flow. I'll try to get on your level, but let's start simple. Who was your first celebrity crush? That's a hard one. Gay celebrity crush, I mean. Not the Jonas brother you pretended to like so your friends would stop asking. Joe, obviously. And, probably Keira Knightley. Let me guess, you saw Pirates of the Caribbean at a formative age. Close. It was Bend It Like Beckham. Your turn. First gay non-Jonas Brothers celebrity crush. So basically, you're just playing Uno with me right now. My first was Kristen Stewart, Rihanna, Rachel Weisz. Okay, Kristen Stewart and Rihanna, I know. Who is Rachel Weisz? Hold on, Google. Oh, okay, she's the chick from Constantine and the Mummy. Kristen Stewart, no. God. None of these for me as a guy, sorry. I guarantee it. How about this? Well, let's make this fun. Everyone in the comment section below, guess what my female celebrity crush might have been. Good luck! Rachel Weisz. Watching The Mummy at a sleepover led to my first ever panic. You always remember your first. I'm sorry, you... Okay, listen, you have panics? We just have, like... What? Okay, less softball question for you. What are your qualities you look for in a partner, or at least in a good date? Your mind immediately goes to all the things you like about Tess. Her confidence, fearlessness, kindness, sense of humor, her tattoos. But I can't just say all that. Don't freak her out on the first date, Joe. I don't think that would freak her out. Listen, she's a motorcycle girl. I guess someone who really knows who they are. Someone funny, nice to service workers. I mean, a lot of us are still discovering who we are, but moving on. Service workers. So does that include baristas? Yeah, it's gotta. Oh, good to know. She gives you a slow, soft smile that is simply too overwhelming to process. You take a bite of your burger just to give your brain something to do. Like a really good burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home with a good burger. Shut up! Throughout your conversation, the fry basket has been slowly depleting. The next time you look down, there's only one left, and she spots it too. I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. No way. Alan showed us how to hustle a rock, paper, scissors opponent, and now I can't trust anyone. What if I say, pretty please? I'll consider it. She passes the basket to you in a conciliatory gesture, which of course makes you tempted to out-chivalry her. Eat the last fry, pass it back. Okay, listen, if this ever happens to you, one, you could always split the fry. Two, you could make it romantic and stick half the fry in your mouth and then, go to get a kiss from them and give them the other fry in the same moment and motion. I know, hopeless romantic here. Pass it back. You push the basket back to her side of the table, and this time she takes it, her fingers skimming against yours. Okay, I accept, but I owe you one. How about you owe me another answer to a date question? Do you take all your dates to roller derby and burgers? If you befriend any animal, what would it be? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Listen, I don't even see myself anywhere in 5 years, so how about befriend an animal? Tess laughs as she takes another sip of your milkshake. I'm serious, it's a great personality test question. Is it any animal is the question? No, I'm laughing because I have way too many opinions on this. I think I'd have to go with a tiger. Cheetahs would be a close second, but tigers are cooler. Interesting. I'm noticing a speed trend here. Well, it's not like I'm going to say, Turtle, I drive a motorcycle, Joe. Fair enough. You take another sip of your milkshake, watching Tess watch you in a brief but comfortable quiet that settles over the table. It strikes you that she's probably enjoying herself as much as you are, and your stomach feels lighter at the thought. Milkshake rating. Out of 10. Go. 9. What, the one we're drinking, or...? You take that back. I'm docking a point for half of the milkshake I didn't drink. It's only fair. Okay, if I ever try to be cute and romantic again. I take it back. 10. 10. That's more like it. She takes a bite of her burger, and when she wipes a bit of the ketchup off of her mouth, you let yourself stare a little. It's a date. Enjoying the view is part of the deal, right? So where do you see yourself in 5 years? God damn it! You just had to ask this question. See myself with at least 2 cats. Listen, I have 4. And that doesn't count the strays that are outside my house. Anyway, I see myself painting and maybe getting paid for it. The payment part is kind of a pipe dream, though. Yeah, me as a content creator, it's about the same. Whoa, hang on. I know it's hard to sell art, but you're insanely talented. A lot of people say the same, too. Flattery's nice, but since when have you seen my art? Blue told me you made that flyer for the speed dating night. Dex showed me a few pieces of yours that are behind the counter. Part of you is mortified at the idea of your friends winging personing on your behalf, but for now you choose to be grateful. I'm just saying that if you wanted to make it happen, you definitely could. Her compliment bolsters you a little. Thanks. Coming from you, that means a lot. 5 years, honestly, feels crazy to think about, though. For a moment, the eternal question of, oh god, what am I going to do? Am I wasting my 20s? Settles into your body, despite the comfort of Tess sitting across from you. I just have no idea what'll happen in between now and those 5 years. I like the cafe, and working there has been great, but I worry that I'm letting myself get stuck, like the clock is ticking and I've been behind from the start. We all feel that. Tess shakes her head. Disagree on that one. More time passing just means more experience, right? More stuff you've learned. If you like working at the cafe for now, that's important, right? A new experience, and the next wing will be a new experience too. Whether or not it's what you want to do for the rest of your life, that's up to you, but it's all still something. You think about this for a second, letting the words percolate. Wow. How are you this cute and wise? Tess's smile curves into a grin. Every time you say stuff like that, I want to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. Yes, we're on a date. How are you surprised that I think you're cute? I'm not surprised, just glad. I guess I'm really looking for someone to share the ride with, you know? Whatever that ends up meaning. She takes a sip of her drink, not quite glancing at you. Yeah, I get that. Whatever, we both could be chasing our art dreams in the next 5 years. Together. You allow yourself a few seconds of probably delusional fantasies about a serious relationship with Tess. It's way too soon for that, but you can't resist some wishful thinking. All too soon, you're both finished with your food. I've got the bill. My treat. Thanks. Part of you debates fighting her for the bill, but in the end you let her pay. It's sweet that she wants to. Outside, she laces her fingers through yours as you stroll down the street. It's enough to make you wish you could paint the warmth of this moment. With acrylic, maybe, or watercolor? Tess tugs on your hand, snaps you out of your own head, and plunges you back into the rush of being near her. We could call it a night here if you want. I'm still sore from the cleanup earlier, and not to mention shoving people on skates. She pauses and your heart rate picks up speed. Or we could go to the last stop I had planned. Keep talking. There's the mirror maze nearby, and I could maybe hypothetically get us in after hours, just us. Are you trying to rope me into some more light B and E situations? Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. And no pressure, seriously. But if you've never been, it's pretty magical. The whole night has been magical, with your hearts lift as the thought of it lasting just a little longer. Hooked on a feeling. I'm in. You know she meant the no pressure part, but when Tess hears you say yes, her face brightens into a giddy grin. You won't regret it, I swear. It's just a few blocks over. Tess leads you down the street and upstairs to a building with a small sign, presumably the Mirror Maze. Is this where the trespassing happens? Oh, ye of little faith. I happen to have a key. She unclips a small key ring from her carabiner and dangles it in front of you. A friend who works here owed me a favor, so technically we have an employee oversight. I don't think employee oversight will hold up as a defense in court. Okay, Mateo, just get in there. She unlocks the door and gently pushes you through as you roll your eyes playfully. When you get inside, you're greeted with an impressively Kitski display, a giant array of mirrors with interspersed suits and of armor and medieval tabules. I'm sorry, a what now? You're in a 90s family vacation aesthetic, huh? Oh, big time. I guess I should have known that from when we went to the Penny Arcade. Are you calling an arcade that displays its collection of Pac-Man consoles in descending order of valuable power-ups, Kitski? Because if so, you're correct. Oh god, not in descending order of power-ups. I think stuff as was baked into me growing up in Santa Cruz. For years my allowance money went straight into the pockets of boardwalk vendors. Did you ever win a giant stuffed animal? Oh, Joe, please. Her name was Darwin. She was a very large sea anemone, and 2 days after I caught her, my frenemy, Kate, shot her with a paintball gun. You buried the body, right? Wow. The sea anemone? Don't tell me you never had an ocean phase as a kid. I did, but it was more like mermaids and dolphins. Ooh. All the cool kids were in predatory invertebrates. Do I get a pass for being cool enough to sneak into a mirror maze? She looks you up and down, eyes twinkling in the low light. Yeah, just because I like you. You take a few steps further in the lobby, but hang on one second. She catches you by the wrist and points at the floor where you see the starting line marked in a fluorescent tape. There's a mark like this at the center of the maze. I dare you to race me there. You dare me? What are you, 12? Okay, coward, I double dog dare you. Oh, it is so on. You both stand on the line, and Tess cups her hands around her mouth. 3. Sound reverberates against the many, many reflective surfaces. 2. 1. You split up, each dancing a different way. By the time you've reached your second hole of mirrors, you'll realize 2 things. 1, it's seriously hard to tell which twists and turns are real and which are reflected, and 2, Tess is everywhere. Her split-second reflections distorted through hallways of mirrors. This is what the inside of my brain looks like, isn't it? Oh, I know that feeling. From a distance, you hear Tessa's echoing laugh. Dude, you're so behind me right now. Well, I keep trying to walk around, but there are all these mirrors in the way. Trust your instincts, channel. Your inner Santa Cruz teen. You take a deep breath and stare down your options. You can head right, turn towards a suit of armor, or left towards an ominous arch. What the hell is the difference? Okay, Santa Cruz teen. I don't know what the hell that means. Anyway, I'm gonna go towards the armor. You head towards the right, bravely walking directly into the suit of armor's line of sight. Please don't jump out at me or light up or sing a creepy song. Luckily, the suit remains quiet when you approach, but... Beware! Beware the curse of the metal man! Wait, we have an employee oversight? That's not a thing! The lilting tone of the voice clues you in and you huff out a laugh. Not funny, Tess. Come on, it was a little funny. As you continue through the maze, you see another row of Tess's clones. From this angle, they look like triplets, which makes you wonder, hey, do you have any siblings? Her image shifts in the mirror, arching an eyebrow at you and grinning. Are you seriously first date questioning me in the mirror maze? Says the girl who brought us to a mirror maze on a first date. And I can't help that I'm distracted. Seeing 3 of you is even better than seeing 1. You watch me mirror tests 1, 2, and 3 freeze, and you grin, pleased at your ability to throw real tests off her game. Checkmate. Tess swallows, and then all the image of her shake their heads. No, I'm an only child. Lucky I used to be that too. That tracks. What does that mean? Nothing, just you got kind of a competitive streak. Which is why I'm gonna get to the center of the maze first. I know you're baiting me, and I don't even care. She abruptly takes off in a new direction, sending the test clones scattering, and you pick a pathway of your own to race down. Tess, chivalry says you have to let me win. No, it doesn't! No, it doesn't. We're in a competition right now. There's like a hidden rule. It's on page 356 of chivalry. I got my book right here. You know this isn't a fair race, right? Like, one of us has been to this place before. You lost sight of her, but you can still hear her call out and reply. I'm still gonna enjoy winning. If you win. If. Her voice sounds closer than expected, so you run around and let an oof as your body meets resistance. Not another suit of armor. Not quite. You blink up at her, the real Tess this time, not a reflection of a reflection. It grabs onto your wrist to steady you. I gotcha. No, I got you, weirdo. You try to steady the pounding of your heart, but it's a total lost cause. You feel giddier in her presence than you have, well, since the last time you two were probably kissing in proximity. But this doesn't look very center of the mazy to me. Luckily, I figured out where we are. Come on. Still holding your wrist, she guides you through a few more short hallways, weaving between them until you come across a meager-looking trophy nailed to a table. That's the marker? The budget of this place was like $2 and a dream. You can't expect too much. Fair, I guess. She spins you around until both of her hands are resting on your hips and you exhale shakily. Come on, admit you love the mirror maze. She skims one finger along your waistband, which is deeply unfair. That's cheating. Cheating, also known as off-the-menu strategy. Not a thing. Yes, it is. She presses her lips to yours, infuriatingly light, before pulling back. Okay, I love the mirror maze, that's tiny little trophy. Happy? Very. She kisses you harder this time, tugging on your bottom lip. You open your mouth on instinct, gasping when her tongue slips in. Your knees buckle a little, and you wind up slightly unsteady. I'll clutch her waist. You splay your hand out against her waist, flexing your finger slightly near her midsection and drawing a sharp gasp from her. which of course makes you do it again. Oh God, Joe, are you trying to kill me? What if I promised to give you CPR? Oh, then by all means. You kiss her again, letting your body melt against hers. The next time you part for breath, she pulls back. I haven't even shown you the best part. She leads you to the middle of the room, close to the trophy, and points behind you. You turn to see an infinite row of you and Tess replicas. In every version, you look completely wrecked, and you can see Tess's hand slip into your back pocket, which makes you lose all brain function for at least 30 seconds. Kiss her again. You turn her one more time, and a dozen other reflections of you do the same in the mirror. A dozen other reflections of Tess smile beneath your lips. It's one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. So, wasn't it worth the challenge to get here? Don't sound so smug, you know it was. Tess fist bumps the air obnoxiously, and you groan. Oh, this doesn't mean you won, by the way. And it doesn't mean you won, either. I can live with an end pass, I guess. The two of you head out of the maze, following a handy exit path accessible from the center that leads all the way to the building's back exit. No fair. I could have cheated all along. That's the spirit. Outside, you find Tess's bike parked where you left it. Let me drive you home. It's the least I can do for the roller derby champion. All hail Yorichi. She smiles and grabs your hand and swings your arms back and forth, and just to be annoying, and she laughs and interlaces your fingers. Yeah, all hail Yorichi. The sun has long since set, but you still feel warm and light as a feather as you climb onto the back of the bike and wrap your arms around her waist. I'm starting to think it's just a thing that happens around her. All too soon, you're outside your apartment, abruptly reminded of the first time Tess dropped you off here. She parks the bike and hops off the seat, walking you all the way up to your front door. So, the final verdict? On the date? It's, not what I expected. Wow. Could you imagine saying that? Wow. Or pretty much perfect. I almost don't mind the flooded cafe prelude since it turned into a night of this. Grab her hand impulsively, squeezing in ones. This seriously is the best first date I've ever been on, bar none, so thank you. Thank you for saying yes to it. Last time she stood here, you wanted so badly to kiss her, but you had no idea where things stood between you. This time, though, she leans in before you can want it to desperately, and you smile against her lips. Hey, can you be slightly less happy? I'm trying to do something here. Sorry. You kiss again, or 4 more times. Who's counting? Eventually, you have to come up for air, and Tess immediately captures your hand again. I've got one last question, but it's an important one. Would you be up for a second date? You send a silent thank you to whatever propelled Tess into the LG that first day. And then you answer the most unnecessary question you've ever heard. Obviously. How dare you not say just yes? Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out there, ways to support, whatnot. Again, I asked you a question. Who do you think won? Was my first female celebrity crush. And listen, you know what? Let's make this interesting. Who do you think I look to as a male figure and like a role model or whatnot? These are questions for you, okay? As for my, like, animal I would choose, right? I already have cats. I'm okay with dogs, right? I haven't been a big fan of dogs in a while, right? I have one, though, but I just, If it's between dogs or cats, I typically am going to choose a cat. However, if I was to have any animal whatsoever in my life, um, I would probably go with a tiger too, because they're giant cats. And, they're pretty awesome. Secondary would be a bear. Not even kidding. Have you seen some of the bear cubs? Aside from that, this chapter was cute. It's kind of nice. It's also nice not covering his story. No, I know, I gotta cover it. I'm a little bit behind on it. It just, it's gonna be fun right now for this chapter to see the differences between the dates, right? Hopefully there are a big difference between the dates. That's the only thing that's going to propel me to want to cover it, to see what happens, the whole 9 yards. But aside from that, when like 90 to 95% of the chapter is literally the same as the opposite, right? Versus his story. Oh, it makes me want to throw myself out the nearest airlock. So, hopefully his story is a lot different. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.